What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel for yet another video. If you're new here, hello, my name is Brielle and welcome to this side of YouTube. So today's topic, I'm going to talk about how the Lord will protect you you know, and my reference for the day is from the book of Esther. Like, we're going to dissect the story of Mordecai and Esther. So all of the videos that I'm going to drop this week, God willing, are gonna be circulating around the story of Esther and Mordecai, you know. So if you wanna learn something, you know, stick with me. Yeah, so let's jump right into it. So let me give you all a little bit of a background story when it comes to Mordecai and Esther. So Esther is Mordecai's niece, you know, like Mordecai is her uncle. She lost her parents and Mordecai adopted her, you know. So like there was a kingdom, you know, and in this kingdom obviously there's a king and a queen, you know. So the story starts by, you know, the king is King Ahasuerus, I think. I hope I'm spelling it right, I'm pronouncing it right, you know. And he had a queen who was known as Queen Vashti, you know. So it seemed like Queen Vashti was not obedient to the king, and according to the rules of that kingdom, like if the king summoned you and you disrespected that decree, you know, like he will give you a punishment, like you'll have a punishment to face, you know. So one day King Ahasuerus summoned Queen Vashti, and Queen Vashti did not honor his decree, you know, so she never went, and this made the king angry. So he consulted his advisors and they told him to, like, you know, rule out Queen Vashti and like have a new queen in place, you know. So he followed the advice of the advisors and he ordered all the virgins of that place to be brought, and among those people Esther was one of them, you know. The Lord had already anointed Esther to be the queen, you know, because he had already made that plan. So when these people came, Esther took the eye of the king, you know. In the Bible they say she was lovely to behold meaning she was pretty, she was beautiful, you know. So the king chose her finally, you know. And the second in command to the king was this man known as Haman, you know. And Haman wanted like everyone to bow down to him, you know, like that was one of his MOs, you know. But Mordecai was not, actually before that Mordecai and Esther are Jews, you know, in this scenario. And Mordecai, when Esther was picked, Mordecai warned Esther and told her, do not reveal that you're a Jew, you know, because Haman was against the Jews, you know, because they had different laws and everything. It wasn't the same as where they were. I don't remember the place exactly, but yeah, they were different, they weren't Jews. So normally people would bow down to Haman, you know, but Mordecai never bowed down to Haman, like every time. So this obviously vexed Haman, like it got to him, you know, and he searched around regarding Mordecai, and he discovered that Mordecai is a Jew, you know. So he went to the king, and because he's second in command and the king held him to a higher standard, you know, so he wrote a letter. He consulted the king and the king allowed him to do what he wanted, you know. So he wrote letters to different provinces in that kingdom, ordering people on a certain day, they say the 13th of the 12th month yeah. So he ordered them and told them that on this certain day all the Jews should be killed, you know, just because Mordecai had disrespected him. So when Mordecai had this, of course he got devastated and everything. So he sent word to Esther and told her, like, you know, we are, like, they're planning to kill us, you know. So what Esther did, he sent back instructions to Mordecai through a eunuch of the king, you know. So she told him to go tell Mordecai that all of them, the Jews, they should fast for 3 days, no eating, no drinking, just fasting and praying, you know. So Mordecai obviously agreed, and he did what Esther had told him, and Esther did the same, you know. And in this period, they turned, like, it was like a mourning period for them. The Bible says that Esther removed her royal scribes, you know, and she dressed as if she was mourning. She even put dung on her hair, you know. Like, if you would look at her, you couldn't tell that she was a queen, you know. So that's the background story to that. And after that, the Lord came through. He made the king's heart gentle, because the king was full of anger. So he made the king's heart gentle and made Esther find favor with the king, you know. And Esther was able to convince the king to withdraw that decree of killing the Jews, and instead, like, it came back to Haman. And that's a story for another, like, that's a topic for another day, which I'm gonna, you know, bring it back. So the topic of today revolves around what I've just told you. So what's that to say? It's like the Lord will always protect you. So y'all imagine you don't take the Lord seriously, you know, and he still protects you. Even when you're not seeking him, he still protects you. So imagine if you seek him and seek him fully, you know. Because what I got from that that passage is that Esther and Mordecai, together with the Jews, took initiative, you know, which is fasting and praying, because they wanted to petition to the Lord to, like, come to their rescue, you know. So they didn't just sit around and wait and be like, you know, the Lord is gonna protect us. They had to go to the Lord and be like, you know, pray. Because Mordecai, when he was praying, he was like, you know, when I refused to bow down to Haman, it wasn't out of arrogance or anything. It was because the only person I'm gonna bow down to is you, Lord. I'm not gonna bow down to no man. You know. So, like, that's why they say when you go to the Lord with prayer, petition, and supplication, you know, and with honesty, he hears, and according to his will, obviously, you know, he hears us. So today is just to tell you guys that you have to make that initiative to earn that protection from the Lord. And it doesn't mean the Lord doesn't have his eyes on you, because he promises to always be with us and to watch over us, you know. But, like, you have to take that initiative. And always, from what I've read, the people of the Lord in the Bible, whenever they were faced with any type of affliction, they always resorted to fasting and prayer, you know. And in this case, the Lord came through for them. He turned their situation around, you know. Like, I just want y'all to read the book of Esther. If at all you're listening to this and you're gonna follow, like, this sequel of topics that I'm gonna talk about this week, God willing, I want you to go and read the book of Esther. It's not even that long, you know, so that when we discuss this, you have an idea of what, you know, I'm talking about. So yeah, like, the Lord doesn't let go of us as long as you're adhering to his commands. And when you go into prayer, you pray and petition according to his word, and you know that whatever it is that you're petitioning on is the truth, because the Lord sees your heart, you know. So they prayed for 3 days without eating, without drinking, nothing, just prayer, you know. And the Lord was able to save them and do wondrous deeds by, you know, turning the heart of the king around and putting the favor of Esther in the eyes of the king, you know. So Esther was able to talk to the king and turn Haman's word around to favor the Jews, you know. So the Lord will always protect you. Don't fret. Keep seeking him. Keep walking in his path and in his guidance, and trust me, the Lord will never lead you where he can't protect you. You know, whenever he leads you, he will always provide protection and guidance and everything that you need where you're at, you know. Yeah, so you have to believe and trust, you know. So that's the message of the day. You guys take care, and I'll catch you in my next video. So bye.